everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in for another episode. Today, I want to talk about what I think is one of the worst tools in bass fishing, and that's this guy right here. This is a Wacky rig O-ring tool. So if you're not familiar with this, what this is it's a tool where you can put a bunch of your O-rings on the back, and then you can slide in your favorite soft stick bait into the tube, slide an O-ring up over the shaft, and there you go. You put an O-ring on your bait. And I've got a couple of thoughts on this. First, I'm not really a big fan of using an O-ring on Wacky rigs. So that's probably one reason why I'm not a huge fan of these tools. I personally think you use an O-ring and it does a few good things. If you're out fishing, fun fishing, it definitely holds your bait on well. So you do save a few baits. The other thing I'll say is it is a really good tool. And the reason I have it in my boat and the reason I've got ones, you see the little O-ring, and I've got one with a little secondary loop on there. Now, the reason that's on there is so you can actually hook your hook through that, but I like to practice without hooks. So I prefer this O-ring if I'm practicing with a Wacky rig where I can put this on my bait and then tie direct to that circle, and therefore I'm good to go. Now, having said all of that, I still do not prefer to fish a Wacky rig on an O-ring because I think there can cause a few issues. And there's a lot of people out there that are going to probably argue with that. And I'm not here to say whether you should or shouldn't be using one. I'm simply here to say this tool is a pain in the butt. And I'm going to tell you why. First and foremost, it is one that I do carry in my boat for that reason, but it's mainly to use as a place to store my O-rings. The O-rings can become a little bit of a pain in the butt if they are not secured in a package, and I know if I keep them on this, then I'll have my O-rings available for when I'm practicing in my day box. So I keep this in my day box. The problem is my day box is open and shut probably 50 times a day, and I continuously get this thing caught in the lid, which is why you can see there's a bunch of little dents in it. Now, those dents aren't bad, but generally speaking, I probably go through 2 or 3 of these a year because they get to the point where they're so condensed down. Not only is it hard to get your soft stick bait in it, it's hard to get the O-ring up and over it because when they're flattened out, they become more of a pancake and it just is pain in the butt. So I do continuously feel like I'm buying these stupid tools. Now, I'd be a little bit more in favor of them if somebody would make them out of maybe a little bit stronger aluminum or a little bit stronger steel. In this case, I'm pretty sure this is just an aluminum tube, and therefore they continuously get stepped on or shut in compartments or things put on them and they get dent. I mean, I could squeeze this down myself and bend this. So from that standpoint, I'm not real happy with them. Somebody out there should make one that is a much more unbreakable, I would say. And don't look at me. I realize I have core tackle, but we are not, neither Johnny nor I are big fans of using the O-ring. So we're not going to build a tool for something that we don't necessarily like. We do have a Wacky rig hook coming out that I think you will really like, but that's not quite available yet. Regardless, this is one of my least favorite tools in all of fishing because I feel like they take up room, they get smashed, and for me, the only thing they really do is create a place where I can keep my O-rings. And the reality is, you don't need a tool to put the O-ring on anyway. So from that standpoint, the easiest thing to do is stretch the worm so you make it thinner, and you can just slide it down to wherever you want it. And there's some people out there that would say if you rough the bait up a little bit, that actually makes it look a little bit more realistic. And, whether that helps or not, I don't know. But really, that's just a storage item is all that comes down to. And it's one that I probably will just stop carrying completely in the boat. I'd love to know what you guys think. Is it just me? Am I the only one that looks at this and just shakes their head like, I don't know why I have that? and I don't know why I continue to buy them? Or do you really, really like them? Do you think it is a great tool to have in your boat? And if it is, do you think it should be made out of a little bit more sturdy of a metal? Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Just felt like venting a little bit as I'm putting stuff in and out of the boat right now. I'm really questioning if I should even put that in. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Stay tuned, new video coming out tomorrow.